States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And Linda, would you lead us in roll call? Here.
Here.
Bruce.
Here.
Hank.
Here.
And Betty. Over here. Okay, a couple amendments to the agenda. I'm eliminating the second public comment, so we're just having the first one at the top. So make sure if you have something to say it at the beginning. And then also for the introduction of local laws 1 and 2, we are actually making a decision on local law 1 and introducing local law 2. Is that correct?
No, we've already had a public hearing on that, we voted on that.
On local law 1. So
Yes,
we're
on local
voting
law
on
1.
it. But then for local law 2, we're just introducing.
We're just introducing, gonna set up a public hearing for such.
Okay, great. Introducing and setting public hearing for local law 2.
Do we need paperwork to introduce, or can we just introduce?
These two documents, as I understand it, they include the language of the law, and that's what's being
Okay.
introduced. All right, reports. Artie.
Since winter's still here, spring was just a couple days ago, you won't know it, but, since last month, it's been taking care of the roads, freezing rain and windstorms a couple weeks ago. And last week, of course, the good sized snowfall we had. To date, we've made 116 rounds on the roads. Other than that, maintenance on trucks, the four-wheel drive plow truck that had the front axle problem, that was fixed. Tough to find parts for it, but we found some parts for it and got it fixed. Other than that, the warm weather caused a couple mudslides down at Wagner's Hollow. We had to clean them up. Cleaning up trees after the windstorms. Actually had a vehicle hit a tree that blew down on Crux Road. Took the tree for a ride down the road quite a ways. But it's one of them trees that's far enough off the road that when it comes down, it went across the road and got hit. The new loader, as of last time I spoke to the dealer, is expected delivery to the dealer on May 4th. And the last thing I got is we received a memorandum of understanding between the town of Palatine and the Board of Elections. First time I've ever seen one. Says they want to use the highway garage for elections. We got a problem with that. The guys have to work elections day now. They used to have it off. So how are you gonna have elections in the garage if we're working in there? So need to figure out how we're gonna.
Oh,
straighten
because
this out.
in the bargaining.
Bargaining
agreement.
agreement, yeah.
Bargaining agreement, okay.
That's one of the days that they no longer get off.
Right.
And this, I read this quick. One thing it says here, it says, no activity. No activity, including bake sales, raffles, fundraisers, entertainment, etc., can take place in the voting area, in the polling area, or accessible pathways or entryways to the voting area without permission from the Board of Elections. So, they take up,
Can I look at it?
they take up, one whole bay of the garage plus our break room.
Any suggestions, Art, on how we can remedy the problem?
Before, we had a day off, it was never a problem.
Maybe they can renegotiate or something.
Is that?
Maybe renegotiate that with them.
Well, the union didn't want the day off.
But now we have a problem, so maybe.
I understand. Well, maybe we can work off-site.
We're gonna have to call Tom.
We'll call Tom and see what he
Yeah,
wants to do.
so,
This, they want this back by the 31st.
okay, well, I mean, I think there's no question, we have to go ahead. This is where the districts are vote, you know.
Yeah.
I
Oh.
don't see much of a choice in that, 'cause we're more flexible on what
I
we
mean,
do about the
if-
day.
We all understand that if there's snow that day or major,
Right.
we're gonna be working anyways. But if it's not snow and it's just a miserable day outside, you know, we can't work in the garage if they're voting in there.
Right.
No, they
Understood.
can't really be in there, right?
Understood.
Nothing, it's something that never got thought about until.
Never got addressed, that's
until
all.
I seen this thing, you know.
Yeah, okay.
All right, I'll give Tom a call.
Okay.
And see what he wants to do about it. Are they asking for your signature?
Well, they have, well, because it's a two-page thing, they wanna know the contact person and phone numbers, and they got a bunch of questions as to whether there's Wi-Fi, whether or not the entrance has gotta be locked at all times, you know, normal business hours, so they can bring the voting machines, just a bunch of questions, but this is the first time I've ever seen one of these.
Well, okay.
So it must be something new they're doing,
There's more scrutiny on the voter integrity.
probably.
Yeah, so they have to meet a mandate, and that's what they're trying to do, I think.
Well, I'm sure we can work something out.
I know in the olden days, when there was only, 3 districts in the town, they only used the break room for voting, but now they got,
No, use the
now
whole
it's
thing.
bigger, now
building.
they use the whole bay, yeah.
No, okay.
And
I
it's true,
just-
it wasn't a problem, because it was a day off.
And it was a day off, right?
Yeah, I think it's better.
Yep. Okay, I'll call Tom.
Alright. And that's all I got, unless you guys got some questions.
Okay, great. We gotta set up a meeting to do
Yeah.
the replacement plan. How does Monday or Tuesday morning work for you? It would be
27th to
27, 28.
Any days,
How's
fine.
Monday sound to you, Art?
Fine.
It'll work for me.
27th at 9 AM
Yeah,
at the
that's
town
fine.
barn?
Yep.
Okay, town barn,
Yep.
okay.
Art, I have a question for you. If we were to have some fire hydrants installed along the side of the road, do you foresee any changes you would have to make as far as highway? They'd have to be marked, obviously, so you don't hit them with the plow, right?
Well, I mean,
But we have ditches on most of the sides of the road, so if they couldn't cover the ditch with they couldn't put the hydrant in the ditch, on top of, fill the ditch in,
Right.
because, so there'd be some structural issues.
generally, they'd be put on the backside of the ditch. you know,
And we'd have to have a culvert to get,
Well, you access to them, and then,
Right.
of course, you're gonna have to have landowner permission, because
well,
we don't own it.
right, we're gonna, okay, right, because we stopped 25 feet from the center line of the road?
Generally.
Okay.
Unspoken rule. Unless it's deeded and it's specified, it's 3 chains. So, as the general rule is 25 feet. As a general rule, if you stay 25 feet from the center of the road, that's the general right of way, not necessarily, you can get into a gray area as you start getting further away from the road.
No, I'm just want to make sure. Okay, so.
And of course, you gotta remember, depending on where you're gonna put them, a lot of them roads are county roads. They ain't got nothing to do with me anyways.
That's fine, okay. Right, we'd have to get permission for the county on the county roads, and we'd have to, but they'd be marked because you're gonna do maintenance and you don't wanna hit it with a wing, right?
Yeah, but,
Okay.
just for example, there's one on Gerhart Road by the Village of Canterbury Waterworks. It's off the road far enough. We don't even know it's there, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay,
Okay.
That one's on Gerhart Road, and the rest of the roads that cover the water line, if you're talking about putting it on the Canterbury water line, they all cross county road.
okay, so it doesn't involve us except for Gerhardt's, right? Because it runs along Gerhardt's.
Runs right down the middle of Gerhart Road. It's under the road,
Okay, oh, it's under the center of the road?
under the center of the road,
Okay,
or a long ways, yeah.
okay, good. Okay, thank you.
Yep.
All right. Oh, I skipped the first public comment.
Oh.
Let's do it after reports. Dog control officer.
Okay, last month I handled 5 complaints. I issued 4 appearance tickets, 2 for non-renewal of license and 2 for running at large. I dealt with 1 rabies case, and I issued 10-day notices for non-renewal of license. That's it.
Cheryl, what happens, say with this rabies case you're speaking of here, to ensure that you're not exposed? What happens? How does that go? What takes place during that time? Is a dog impounded or whatever?
It's held by the owner unless public health
Determines
decides that the owner isn't capable of confining the dog for 10 days. And if that's the case, then the dog has to go to a facility and the dog owner is responsible for payment.
I see. I just wanted to check to make sure that you couldn't possibly be exposed to something like that. That's my major concern.
Well, years ago I had the series, there's a series of 3 shots. I mean, I'm talking years ago.
Okay.
And I guess after so many years, you're supposed to go have your titer checked. I have never went and had mine checked, just to see if it's that, if I'm still all right or if I'm not.
Uh-huh.
And that's done through public health, I believe.
Okay. I think seeing that should be done. I think it should be definitely looked at for you, just in case
Right.
you need something. Okay, thank you. That was my question. I was concerned about the well-being, your well-being.
Thank you, Cheryl. Is Cliff's report here written?
No, he called me and he couldn't make it tonight and he hadn't gotten in here to get in a written report to me.
Yeah, I went from the assessors.
Is he sick?
What's that?
Did he say he was sick?
No, he said he was in here this morning and then he had something, he called me from Town of Root and he said that, I don't know, something happened, he couldn't get back here. And he didn't get a report because he didn't actually come in and he was working out in the field today, I guess. I didn't see him at all.
Okay, we have the assessor's report in front of us. Note that grievance day will be held on May 23rd from 12 to 2 and 6 to 8. And also that the assessor's office will be closed April 18th, 19th, 24th, 25th, and 26th. Linda?
I lost my paper. I had a paper, oh, here it is, right here. Okay, I heard back from BAS, I called BAS, and they know what we need, and as far as, for a computer. They just gave me a quote, $1,413, that's $700 for a Dell computer, $100 for a monitor, 22-inch monitor, $245 for the Microsoft Office software, an antivirus, $48, and $320 for 2 hours of setup time at $160 an hour. So it comes to $1,413. So that's what I got from BAS.
Is that in our vouchers?
What's that?
Is that in our vouchers? No?
No, I didn't do anything with it because, you just asked for a quote to, find out
Okay.
about it, so, I wasn't sure what you wanted to do. And I already explained to him it would be May before I could have it installed anyway.
Okay.
But that's what he just sent it to me this morning, so I just got it today.
Do you feel that would take care of all of your needs, Linda, that, if we were to go with that?
That's what he says, all the other town clerks, yes, that's what they're going
Okay.
with.
So we don't need a vote on this, it's covered in the budget, so when,
Now, he said he could order it, and have it ready for when I get back from my surgery. Okay.
Great.
The next thing is,
Thanks, Barb.
you're welcome.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
The next thing is, the snow and ice contract we did last month.
Uh-huh.
I got an email from one of the girls down to the county building. They said, we need a town resolution with a seal stating that we okayed it. I don't ever remember doing a resolution any other year, but this might be something new they're starting. She also needs the workman's compensation certificate, the disability certificate, and the liability certificate. I contacted Kelly, and I think Kelly got the workers' comp for him, but the disability and liability, I'm not really sure if we. I think that's probably
I
maybe
think that's under our
the
NYMER policy.
Yeah,
so just-
but we're gonna need a
for the
resolution, we're gonna need a resolution, to say that we approved it and I have to put a seal on it, so maybe at the next meeting we can,
Is it okay if we do it at the next meeting?
Will be okay?
I didn't ask her, she just emailed me, so I don't know if it would be. I mean, I think only you have to sign it, Sarah, so I'll get a hold of her, I'll call her and ask her, if it's
Did she
okay.
just email it today?
Huh?
Did she-
She emailed it, I got the email Monday.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, just let her know.
Pretty
We'll
short
have to do it
notice.
at the
Okay.
next meeting.
Yeah, all right.
Hey.
And,
I'm sorry,
okay,
but you just reminded me with the contract, because you guys went and spoke, did you guys all get together and talk about the mileage per, not yet?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
okay. Also, next week, I will be here every day next week, because next week is the last week to collect taxes. So I'll be here every day next week, because Friday is the last day to collect them before they go back to the county.
What are the times Thursday and Friday gonna be?
8:30 to 1:30, same as Monday and
Okay.
Tuesday. Wednesday will be the afternoon.
Will you forward that email from the county so I have it to?
Okay, yep.
While you're speaking about the county, is that a type error on the minutes from last month? It says $56.50 a mile.
What is it? Is it a typo?
I don't know what it is. They ain't told me.
I hope we get a little more than.
I hope so
I
too.
told too.
Oh,
It
I
used
don't
to be
know.
over 5,000.
It might be a typo, I don't know. I had another typo.
5,600.
I think it's 556.50.
I think it was 56 because I heard
Thousand.
you guys were gonna get together and see if you could get a little more
Right,
out
I
of
don't
them.
know.
I don't know,
remember
it might be a typo. I went through them quick like and I
I
had
just hope that ain't right.
1,500 for the town and it was 15,000, so it might be a typo already. I'll check it on it.
Well, when you hear 56.50, it might be
A mile, it
5,650.
might,
5,650.
50, okay.
5,006,
Yeah, I,
655.60 is what I've gotten here on my notes.
what is it?
$5,655.60. Sum total contract, $225,835.50. That's what
Okay,
for
so
snow and
50
ice removal paid
All
to
right,
us.
okay. All right, I'll fix that on there.
Why not remember that?
I didn't know.
56.50.
All right,
Anything
Um,
else?
I just want to say that the taxes came in really good. I've already collected over 2 million this year, so they've come in pretty good. And, I don't foresee a lot of them coming in because the ones that usually paid are already paid. So, but, they'll be going back, probably the end of next week or the first part of the following week because, my surgery is scheduled for the 13th of April. Dorothy's gonna cover for me, but she's not gonna cover, from 5 to 7 at night. She'll be working on Wednesdays, noon to 5.
Tell me what day, when is your surgery?
And the surgery is the 13th of April, on a
Okay.
Thursday.
So you go out April,
And so I'm
12.
not supposed to be out of the house for 3 weeks, in-home physical therapy and no driving until the doctor okays me, so.
okay, what day do you come back?
I don't know what day I'm coming back.
What about,
About 3 weeks after the surgery, hopefully. If not,
I was waiting for a woman to do that.
If not, then, I'll let you know, but Dorothy will be covering for me
She's a Virgo.
on Mondays and Tuesdays, 8:30 to 1:30, and Wednesdays, noon to 5, and I will have that on my answering machine, so, and I'll also put a notice on the door.
Okay.
I mean, if there's something that comes up, I will be home, and, they can still call me and maybe
Great.
work remotely,
Okay,
and that's it.
thanks for covering, Dorothy.
Thank you.
Best of luck on your surgery.
If it's half as good as what my first one was, I'll be okay.
Oh, every day, they're magical now. They're so
I
much
know they
better.
are. I've already had one done. This is my second one.
Wishing,
Piece of
wishing
cake.
fast and speedy recovery.
Yeah,
Best of luck.
I can't wait. 22 days and counting, but who's counting?
All right, planning board.
We had one subdivision complication that came forward for more clarification, because when they took the map to the county, it turned out that there was problems with the school lines, so we had to reconfigure that situation, and then we passed another subdivision. And the solar law hopefully will be completed next week. It's being edited right now. And we're looking at a number of people. We'll start talking about additional people we'll ask you to appoint to the Comprehensive Plan Steering Committee.
Great.
Excellent.
Very good, thank you.
And Board of Ethics.
We're, again, very ethical, no problems. We have handed out the report of assets to the respective people tonight, and those who didn't get it tonight will get them, and they are to be returned. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple.
Okay, and so it used to be that Linda, you used to do those, right?
No, I did. Well, yes and no. I wasn't supposed to, but I did because we never had a chairman for the ethics. It was just, Doug Patrick was the chairman, and they never had a meeting or anything. So I sent them out 1 year, and that was it. And then they just went.
Okay,
Nothing
well,
ever did.
if it's a hardship for you, I mean, the problem is that none of these committees have access to copiers or.
Oh, I've done everything. I've given him everything he needed.
So-
All the paperwork and the envelopes and
Yeah,
the
yeah, it's
stamps
all-
and everything.
They can, all they gotta do is mail them back to Linda.
Yeah, then on there it does say Board of Ethics, so I will know
Okay.
enough to, because see what happened last time was when I sent them out, they sent them back to me, and they'd send them to Linda Logan Town Clerk, I'd open them up, and I'm not supposed to be opening them up and seeing them.
Right, okay.
So now
Understood.
they've got the Board of Ethics on it, so when it comes in, I will, Paul has a list, and I'll, let him know who's on the list, so he knows who has returned it and so on.
So we all need to fill this out and return it as soon as possible.
One question concerning that, Linda. They're stored here within the building, correct?
We purchased the safes many, many years ago that sits in the back of the room that they're supposed to go into.
What happens to the ones we filled out last year? Where will they end up, or will they just
They will
remain
be
in there?
shredded.
Oh, they will be shredded, okay.
Yep, they
Thank
will
you.
be shredded.
Anything else, Paul?
Right, about that.